it's HD Fishing. Today I'm going to be doing a tackle video over all my hard baits and my soft baits. I'm not going to go through terminal tackle, but we'll just do what main things are. First is the square bill crankbait. It's a lighter green color and it has these treble hooks, the two sets of treble hooks on them. So this is a really good bait. Next is this other square bill crankbait and it has the two treble hooks on it. This is also really good. My last square bill crankbait is this one. It is a smaller size and it is kind of in a blue, greenish chartreuse color. And it has smaller treble hooks and this is really good also. Next I have these two little minnow type baits. And these two little minnow baits, and it has these little blades on it, and this is good for smaller bass and little bluegill. I also have this little lipless crankbait. It's a sexy shad color, and these really work great in the spring. Really any lipless crankbait works great in the spring. So, and then it has like the red eyes, so it's a really cool bait. Next, this absolute amazing bait. It is a red lipless crankbait and it is amazing for the spring and it has rattles. I don't know what makes it so great to have a red lipless crankbait for the spring, but whatever it is, these things work great. This is another little lipless crankbait I have, and it's just in a sexy shad color. It's cheap $1 lure, but it works really well. This is a newer one I haven't used at all yet, but it's a jointed swim bait type lure. It's a 3.5 inch and it's in a bluegill color, and I think it'll work really good. It's only $6. H2O Express is the brand, and it looks really realistic, so I'm hoping to catch a lot on this. Another H2O Express bait. It is a 5 to 8 diving crankbait. It's in their natural color, so I just wanted something that'll work really well in like most ponds because they have just natural fish instead of like picking a specific like crappie or bluegill. I wanted to go something more common where it could really go to in between. So it's just a natural type looking fish. I also have this little jerk bait, and it's in a kind of a gray, chromish black, and it has a purple tail area. It's probably 4 or 5 inches. It has the 3 treble hooks on it. This is a really good bait. I also have this little jerk bait. It's a smaller one and I got it in the Lucky Tackle Box Pro Bass Box. It's a little funny looking. I need to fix it, but I screwed up the first treble hook, so I decided to put one on it, but I need to fix that. It's just this little jerk bait. This really works well in the fall when you're trying to get the kind of timid fall bass because it's the colder water and they like suspending bait, so this is a really good lure. Next, for like top water, I have this black and red buzz bait. It's hard to see because I'm wearing a black shirt, but it's a black and red buzz bait, and it has the clacker thing right on it. So this is dominating because obviously buzz baits work well, but overall I think black ones work really the best because I think it's just a good color overall for any type of water, especially darker, muddier water, but this works really well. Next I have this other buzz bait. It's only, I think, was like $1 from Cabela's, so I've caught a few fish on it, and it's fire tiger colored buzz bait. It's not the best, and it's not the best quality, but I mean, it catches fish, and that's really all that matters. You don't need to do that one. Next, I have this sexy shad colored spinnerbait. with the blades. I forgot which, I think these are the willow blades. I might be wrong, but I don't remember. It has the silver and the gold in it. A tip for all spinnerbaits, you want to trim down their skirt different lengths because you don't want it all one length. So this is really good for clear type water. So there's that. Next is this black and blue jig. That works really well, and I have a little black and blue craw on it right now, so this works really well. I love this jig. It's I use it like more of a swim jig, and it really catches a lot of fish. So I think black and blue is overall just a really great color for any fishing. It catches a lot of fish. Next, I have another little jig, and it is a smaller type jig, and it's more of a green pumpkin and natural color, and I have a little watermelon red grub on it. And this works good as well as the black and blue, but overall I think black and blue has got to be my #1 color. And yeah, this works really well. This catches a lot of fish. It's pretty beat up, obviously, because I've caught a ton of fish on it. Next, I know I need to catch up. I need to get more chatterbaits in different colors, but this is the only chatterbait I actually have, and I've actually never caught anything on it. But yeah, it's a chatterbait. It's a chartreuse, and it has the lime green type tail, and it came with this little finesse worm thing. It has the gold blade, but hopefully we can catch some fish on this soon. Next is this other spinnerbait. It's a pretty big, hefty spinnerbait, and it has 2 red, also I think, yeah, willow blade. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. And it is bright red spinnerbait, and it came with it already pre-trimmed to different lengths. And it came with the trailer hook on it, so this is a really good bait. I've caught a lot of fish on it. It's heavy, but I mean, it works. I think I should have gotten a lighter weight spinner, but this works well. Next is my absolute favorite topwater bait that I own and probably will ever own. I got it in a mystery tackle box, and I think this bait has to be one of my baits that I've caught the most fish out of any lure I have on. It is a whopper plopper, and it's the smaller size. I have to say it, like, I think it's 3-4 inches, somewhere in between. I don't know, but this is killer. This is the best topwater bait by far that I have, and if you don't own one of these, you really need to get some because these are great. Next, I have this jointed swim bait. It's in a shad color. I got this also in the Lucky Tackle Box XL Bass Box. And I've never used it because none of the ponds around me have shad, so you can't really match anything. Plus, the pond that I normally fish in has a ton of moss, so this gets caught up a lot. And it has this magnet hook, so it sticks to the belly of the lure. It's really nice. It's a cool design. And it has this fur-like tail, and it's a really nice lure. I just need to find a pond that has like no moss and it has shads because this would work great. Next is this topwater frog, and it's just the basic normal topwater frog. There's not really much to say about it, but topwater frogs work really well in the in reed type areas on top of lily pads, obviously. But it's fun fishing with topwater because it's just awesome to see them blow up on top of the water, and yeah, it's just really fun using topwater lures. Another topwater frog I have is the Lunker Hunt Poppin' Frog. I got this in the Lucky Tackle box, XL box. And it's a different style topwater frog because it has these legs that kick when it's swimming, and it looks more realistic probably than the frogs with the plastic tails, whatever. But these kick, and it's really cool. So I would definitely buy one of these. This is probably my second favorite topwater lure, and it is a hula popper. These are really cool. It has a frog type design on it, and it has the popper mouth, but it has the skirt of a frog, but it's kind of a different material. But these are really cool. I've caught a really big fish on this before. It was probably like 6 pounds on this, and they're really cool lures. This is a fish head spin, and these have the little bladed on them, and it's a white color. It's a little heavy. I think this is a 1/2 ounce. I would prefer probably about a 1/4 ounce fish head spin because it has it's just more of a finesse thing, and I don't think you should get one that's this heavy. It's the Razor Blade brand, RAZ-R-Blade. That's the brand of it. I caught my personal best on one of these about a year ago and a couple months during spring with a little watermelon red grub on it. So I love this lure because it's caught me my personal best. So that's really all my hard baits. So next is my soft baits. First is this Rage Tail by Strike King. It is the Craws, and it has coffee scent. It's black and blue flake. And get one of these. It's what was on my black and blue jig. It's a really good lure, and I like it. You can either put this like on the back of a Texas rig. You can use it as a punch-in type craw. I think it's really great. They're cool. I love Rage Tail brands because they're just high quality and they're not that expensive compared to some of them. Next I have Young Dinger, and it is black and blue, and it was an 8-pack, and it's just a Senko really, and you can Texas rig it, wacky rig it. I love these because they have the slots for the hooks, and I think these are just really good quality worms. Next, I have the Biola Armored Craw. I have one left. It's in a, does it say what color it is? Orange-green color, and it was a 4-pack. I got this in Mystery Tackle Box, I think. So that's what that looks like. It's a little craw. Next is a Zoom Super Salt Plus 6-inch lizard in Junebug color. I really like these lizards. They're kind of old and cut up and losing appendages, but they're little lizard worms. And these work really well. You can Texas rig these is what I typically do. Next I have Z-Man Scented Leeches in black. These are good on a drop shot. And they have some scent, but it doesn't say what the scent is, but it has like brown stuff on them. So that's what this is. It's a little tiny 2-inch or so leech. Next I have the Vicious Fishing Tubby Tube, 4-inch 5-pack in watermelon seed color. Tubes are really good for smallmouth bass. You put them on, they make hooks specific for tubes, but they're salted, and these are good. I think they work better for smallmouth than largemouth. And the pond in the neighborhood I'm moving to has a lot of smallmouth in Virginia, so this will come in handy. Next I have some baby brush hogs. I love these. They are in sprayed grass color, and it's 12-pack by Zoom. Brush hogs are really great. And I like the color. The color works well for this pond. It is like, it's green and blue and purple. It's green with blue and purple flakes, really. So these work well. Put them on a Texas rig or use them for punching. They work good. Next, these work amazing for spring. These are the Yum Ribbon Tail 10-inch worms in green pumpkin purple. So they are the ribbon tails. Put these on the back of a shaky head, and it's just killer. These are great. So 10-inch ribbon tail worm. These work really well because they look like they are eating off of a bass bed, eating their eggs. So the bass will eat these, thinking that they're eating the eggs. So there's that. Next is the Skinny Dipper Bad Shad green colored. They are swim baits by Reaction Innovations. These work really good. So this is what they look like. They're kind of a clear, but they have black speck on it, really. So these work good. Next is Rage Tail Green Pumpkin Grubs, 4-inch grubs. So this is what I use to catch my personal best on. These are what they look like. They come in this little package. Put these on a Texas rig on the back of a jig, and they work really well. So that's all my tackle. Stay tuned for fishing and teaching a 10-year-old how to use a bait caster for the first time.